In a world that never stops talking, where noise fills every corner and attention is constantly fought for, silence has become one of the rarest and most powerful tools we possess. But what if I told you that silence is not emptiness? What if the secret to success, wisdom, and true strength lies in the ability to be quiet, not just in sound, but in spirit and mind? This video is about the power of silence, a power that has shaped the greatest minds and leaders in history. It's about learning when to speak and, more importantly, when to remain silent. It's about understanding how silence can be your greatest ally on the journey to success and inner peace. Join me as we explore why silence is not a weakness, but a profound strength, why silence is not absence, but presence, and how mastering silence can unlock doors to a life filled with clarity, focus, and unstoppable momentum. Get ready to discover the secret that many overlook, the power of silence. Silence doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It doesn't mean you're weak, shy, or unsure. True silence, intentional silence, is a sign of maturity. It's a conscious choice to listen more than you speak, to think deeper than you react, and to observe more than you explain. When others rush to fill the air with noise, arguments, or opinions, your silence becomes your shield, and sometimes your most powerful statement. Knowing when to speak is easy, but knowing when not to, that is wisdom. Your silence isn't an absence. It's a space where thoughts grow, where emotions settle, and where your mind sharpens like a blade. In a world obsessed with being heard, silence becomes rare, and that rarity holds incredible value. When the world becomes loud with distractions, expectations, and constant validation seeking, silence sets you apart. It gives you the power to respond, not react, to wait, not rush to build, not boast. And in that quiet space, you begin to see more clearly, not just the world, but yourself. Silence is not emptiness. It's awareness, strength, and discipline. It's in the silence that you learn to hear your own voice, the one drowned out by noise. And when that voice grows steady, calm, and focused, you no longer need to shout to prove your worth. In the quiet, you grow. In the silence, you rise. Look closely at the lives of great figures throughout history. Buddha, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Albert Einstein. What do they share beyond their remarkable achievements? A profound habit, the power of silence. They were like deep rivers flowing quietly beneath the surface, steady and unwavering. They were masters of listening, to themselves, to the world, and to the subtle truths that others often overlooked. These legends didn't rush to fill every silence with words. They didn't chase fleeting applause or noisy fame. Instead, they chose to cultivate inner stillness, using silence as a space to learn, reflect, and refine their vision. In that quietude, they grew wisdom, patience, and clarity. They shaped their ideas and character away from the distractions of crowd. They didn't shout to be noticed. They didn't create noise to demand attention. They simply focused on their purpose with unwavering dedication. And because their work was so meaningful, so profound, the world eventually had no choice but to listen. Silence was their secret strength, a sacred space where greatness was born and nurtured. It was in these silent moments that they built the foundations of their legacy. This teaches us that success isn't about being the loudest voice in a room, but about becoming the most impactful presence in the world. Silence is more than just the absence of sound. It's a powerful tool that nourishes your mind, body, and spirit. When you embrace silence, you create a space to truly understand yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your deepest desires. In the noise of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are, but silence acts as a mirror, reflecting back your true self without distortion. One of the greatest benefits of silence is that it helps you avoid unnecessary conflict. Not every argument needs to be engaged, and not every opinion requires a response. By choosing silence, you conserve your energy and protect your peace. You learn to listen more, judge less, and respond only when it truly matters. This selective engagement is a sign of strength, not weakness. Moreover, silence is where your energy is preserved and renewed. Talking constantly drains your mental and emotional reserves, while quiet moments recharge you. This conserved energy is what fuels your focus, your creativity, and your ability to persevere through challenges. Think of silence as the soil where your ambitions take root and grow stronger. Most importantly, Silence brings mental peace. In a world that never stops talking, moments of quiet calm your restless mind and soothe your spirit. It gives you the clarity to see beyond distractions and the resilience to withstand life's storms. Through silence, you cultivate patience, wisdom, and a deeper connection with your inner self. Your silence is your sanctuary. It protects your strength. And strength is what you need to build to focus and ultimately to rise. True success rarely needs a loud announcement. In fact, some of the most powerful victories are the ones that unfold quietly away from the spotlight. To succeed in silence means to work diligently without seeking immediate recognition or approval. It means dedicating yourself to your goals with patience and persistence, even when no one is watching. Keep your plans close to your heart. Share your dreams only with those who truly support you. And even then, choose your moments wisely. The world often tries to distract you with noise, opinions, and expectations. But when you shield your vision from unnecessary chatter, you protect its purity and strength. Work silently and consistently. Show up every day. Put in the effort and trust the process. The small, steady steps you take in quiet determination will one day accumulate into monumental achievements. Instead of shouting about your progress, let your results do the talking. Because when success arrives, it speaks with a power that no words can match. Remember, noise doesn't equal progress. Sometimes, the calmest rivers carve the deepest valleys. Still water runs deep, and so does silent success. By embracing silence, you sharpen your focus and fuel your inner fire. You cultivate discipline, build resilience, and maintain clarity. Success in silence is not about hiding. It's about preparing, strengthening, and emerging stronger at the right time. So, keep working quietly. Keep believing in your journey. And let the world be amazed by what your silence has created. True power is often born in silence. It's in those quiet, unseen moments, when no one is watching, that your greatest strength takes shape. Your success becomes profound when it is crafted with silent effort, forged in perseverance, and tempered by patience. The noise of the world may rush by, but your silent dedication builds a foundation that nothing can shake. Silence is not emptiness or weakness. It is a reservoir of answers, dreams, and unstoppable momentum. When you choose silence, you are gathering strength, like a storm gathering clouds before a powerful thunderclap. This power, held quietly within, will eventually roar so loud that the world cannot ignore it. History shows us that silence is where vision grows clear and purpose deepens. It's where focus sharpens and distractions fade away. This quiet strength does not demand attention. It commands respect because it is rooted in substance, not showmanship. When you embrace silence as your ally, you stop wasting energy on proving yourself to others. Instead, you channel that energy into building your skills, honing your mind, and expanding your impact. This kind of power is unstoppable because it is self-sustained and purposeful. Remember, silence is the calm before the storm, the invisible force that moves mountains, and the quiet spark that ignites revolutions. Your silence is your power. Hold it with patience. Let it grow, and watch how it transforms your life and the world around you. The greatest revolutions often start not with loud protests, but with quiet resolve. The silent revolution begins within, in the deep chambers of your heart and mind, where change is first imagined, nurtured, and forged. It is a revolution of self-mastery, discipline, and focused action without the need for applause or validation. When you choose silence over noise, reflection over reaction, you begin a transformation that is profound and lasting. This silent revolution is not about proving yourself to the world, but about becoming the best version of yourself, quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Unlike loud revolutions that attract immediate attention, the silent revolution works in background, building strength, resilience, and character. It is invisible to the casual observer, but impossible to ignore once it reaches its full force. The silent ones, those who work diligently behind the scenes, are the true architects of change. This revolution does not demand crowds or headlines. It demands courage, the courage to stay true to your purpose even when the world is noisy. It demands patience, the patience to keep going when results seem distant. It demands faith in yourself and in the power of steady, silent growth. When your silent revolution unfolds, the world will notice, not because you shouted the loudest, but because your actions spoke the loudest. Your success, your transformation, your impact will be undeniable. So, start your silent revolution today. Build your dreams in quiet confidence. Let your progress be your voice. And inspire others not by noise, but by the power of your silence. Because sometimes the most powerful change comes from the quietest places. As we come to the end of this journey, remember this. Silence is not just the absence of noise. It is the presence of strength, wisdom, and purpose. In the quiet moments, you build a foundation of your success. In the stillness, you find the courage to grow, to change, and to rise above life's challenges. The world may be loud and chaotic, but your greatest power lies in choosing when to speak and when to remain silent. Embrace the silent revolution within you, a revolution of focus, patience, and steady progress. Let your silence be your strategy. Let it protect your energy and sharpen your mind. And when the time comes, let your success speak for itself, loud and clear without you having to say a word. Remember, those who master the power of silence don't just survive, they thrive. They don't just exist, they lead. They don't just talk, they transform. So go forward with confidence, with quiet strength, and with the unwavering belief that your silence is your greatest power. Thank you for being part of this journey. Now, go and let your silence change the world.